So this is a beautiful, unique piece of music so far. Definitely have never heard anything like this before. Like, it's really, really haunting, but at the same time, really captivating. Haunting because I feel like their voices combined together with the harmonies and how they are singing, especially when they go high and sort of breathless, it leaves me breathless. It's just so stunning. And it's such a contrast. Their vocals are such a contrast to kind of the harsh but delicate instrumental.
I'd say that I really love how they're singing now this song. From the start, the voices pull you in, so soft and smooth, with beautiful sliding tones. And the melody is just amazing. It makes you want to move with their rhythm. Da, da, da. The voice feels like they're floating and is honestly magical to my ears. I could listen to them forever. Wow. All right, let's continue.
Still my guitar gently weeps.
So he's talking about right there, he's looking at the world turning while his guitar gently weeps. Mm-hmm. So like to that, it's kind of like I'm getting like, weeps is like maybe obviously crying, So is he like professing, through his music, he's crying out through his music, for the world to be a better place.
Oh, I don't know. That's a good angle.
Because he sees the world turning while his guitar gently weeps.
I'm just lost in how soothing it is.
Oh, so it's it is soothing.
So I'm glad you were paying attention to that part.
We must surely be learning.
All right, Sam, you can tell me what your thoughts are.
I feel like this is very different than most of the other Beatles stuff that we've done. It's like a completely different sound and vibe from them.
Okay.
But I really like it.
How would you describe it being different? What's, the other songs that we've done, like Here Comes the Sun and 8 Days a Week?
Like the other ones are very, they're very like, a bunch of them have been very uplifting and like fun and high energy.
Yep.
And they've also, they're still using the harmonies and stuff, but I feel like that's just been like a big focus, and it's just like a very like bubbly, high energy, like happy-go-lucky kind of vibe, whereas this is very different than that.
Oh yeah.
I also really like how they're playing with the aspects of the stereo. Like, it's really cool how it sounds like there's like one guitar over here, one guitar over here, and just really playing with like the spatial sounds and the stereo effects.
Oh yeah.
Which is really cool.
The song While My Guitar Gently Weep is a song by rock band The Beatles from their 1968 double album. It was written by George Harrison, the band's lead guitarist. The song conveys his dismay at the world's unrealized potential for universal love, which he refers to as the love there that's sleeping. The song also serves as a comment on the disharmony within the Beatles after their return from studying transcendental meditation in India in early 1968.
To unfold your love.
Hey guys, one thing I can say for sure, like, this is such a beautiful song still. In the first version that I've heard, it's like they use an acoustic guitar and a violin. So I guess they try to make it more of a slower, like lower tone, like a lovey kind of song. It's still a love song, but they like use the acoustic to like really make it different. But in this version, they got the electric guitar, you're hearing the drums, you're hearing the bass. Like, this is what it was supposed to be. On the same note, like, it is still a beautiful song. It still feels the same way, give you that same experience to me, man. Of how he really feels, because George is singing with such a nice soft tone, and then you hear the electric guitar and hear everything going on, and it's so fitting for the song. But what really surprises me the most, how he could still have that same tone, and you feel like the same emotions, even though like the instruments are different. But
this came out in 1968, bro. This one came out a year after my mom was born. This song came out in 1968, but yet it still sounds like it, bro. If I had no clue this was the Beatles and they played this on the radio just a few months ago, I could have sworn to you that this sounds like a song that could have came out in 2021. That is crazy to me, bruh. That is like I truly like I used to hear this saying a lot when they talk about music artists. It'd be like, oh, he was ahead of his time, or she was ahead of his time, and their music just transcends like generations. I heard that, but I didn't really have anything to apply that to.
See the love that's sleeping. I love.
So the Beatles, While My Guitar Gently Weeps. Yeah, wow. I have to say, I mean, right from the start, this song definitely captures your attention. With its melancholic and introspective vibe. There's no denying that. George Harrison, based on a few facts, wrote this song, and it's one of his finest contributions to the Beatles, discography. I mean, you can definitely feel the depth of emotion, in both the lyrics and the music. George Harrison, definitely growing on me. His vocals on the song are hauntingly beautiful. I love how he sang, with a sense of sadness and longing. That perfectly matches the song's theme. Based off of the lyrics, you look at lines like, "I look at the world and I notice it's turning. How my guitar gently weeps." I mean, this line is so poignant, and I feel like it reflects a sense of disillusionment and sorrow
Whatever,
about the
but
state of the
I really felt like I heard the guitar weeping. It sounded like the guitar really had like a weep to it. I'm like, is that guitar really weeping? That's what got me. I'm like, oh man. I noticed they had a music video too, so I don't know if I should have listened to the watched the music video, but I don't know. A lot of people told me to listen to this version, so I just went to this one instead. But this right here was just, I gotta say, I've heard, and I love Here Comes the Sun, and I've heard now a couple Beatles songs, and I think this one so far is my favorite because this was, everything about it was just amazing. Like I was just engaged the whole time. I loved it. So I really enjoyed this. Oh my god. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. Ooh.
We must surely be learning.
What an incredible band. They are absolutely amazing. It's mad because it's like they're always using something else to describe. Like they're always using a picture of something to describe what they're talking about. And that's what I love. I told you this already. I love that about them. It's my favorite thing about this band. And the imagery of the guitar this time, gently weeping, crying like in like agony in a sense. It's mad because it's like that kind of represents like what the world is doing and the way that they're feeling about the world. If that makes sense.
Before getting to that solo right there, I'm digging that right there. I like, with the Beatles, they write from an interesting perspective because in this one they're writing about love, you know what I mean? Mm-hmm. And they're saying like nobody told you how to unfold your love. It's almost like people of this world or people, they're speaking in regards to the times and things that's going on, right, in regards to like a lot of unrest, in regards to just how like the social unrest, I guess you can say. Yeah. Things that's going on, wars, countries clashing, civil war, just things of that nature. Yeah. But they're talking in regards to like no one told y'all how to love each other, and nobody on this planet showed us really showed or told us how to actually like really love. So it's like all these things are going on while my guitar gently weeps, while my guitar is crying. Yeah. All these things are going while the earth is still turning. Yeah, basically.
The panning is so weird.
Yeah.
I don't know what's going on with it. The 2009 version doesn't have this. It's panned left and right, but why is the kick in my right ear?
It's super funny.
It's super weird. I know the Beatles have got really weird pan songs, but that's just because of the times and stereo was weird then. But this is weird.
Yeah. Does he play hats in this, or is that him playing that on a rim?
There is hats in this, but not in this version.
Oh, great.
There's a...
Yeah, I didn't know if he was going...
I think it might be overdubbed.
Yeah.
So I can't remember if it's a Rickenbacker or if it's a baritone guitar, but that bass tone will put hairs on your chest. That is a meaty, meat and potatoes bass tone. Oh, mate.
Here are some reaction from Beatles fans. From David Mio, I love your reaction from the beginning because it's obvious you love the song. This is one of George Harrison's compositions. It's his weeping guitar and vocals mainly. Usually it's John Lennon and Paul McCartney leading. If it's a rabbit hole, it's more like it's an Alice in Wonderland with hundreds of deeply beautiful Beatles songs. George opened a random book in his parents' home and the first words he saw were Gently Weeps, and he wrote this song. From Robert Spino, it was George singing this one. They were all things and all, they were hard rock for the time when they first started, though now it sounds pop soft songs. But all rock was pop soft at first. Then they went deeper. Everything they did, all bands followed their lead from day one, starting in 1963 till 1970. No one was greater and influenced more bands than they did. And they were the first to break grounds that others were scared try breaking at that time. Even our music today is influenced by them, whether the recording artists realize it or not. George sang only 11 Beatles songs and all of them were great. Listen to something. And Here Comes the Sun. And my two favorites, I Need You. And I'm Happy Just to Dance with You. In fact, you should watch the clip from the movie A Hard Day's Night at the end of it when they sang the last 4 songs of the movie. That will explain a lot about how great they really were. From Mick Harrison, actually that's not Lennon nor McCartney, that's Harrison on lead vocals. It's funny you said that, because he kinda sound a bit like both John and Paul, simultaneously. I love his voice.